Welcome to Burnout Wars, Atlanta. Oh my God. First show of the year. Got to knock the cobwebs off, but I think we're going to do it in a big way. Kicked off here yesterday, driving the blower trucks on the super speedway. Very badass. And now we get to party. I don't know how it's going to turn out because barely last year it was like 8,000 people kind of showed up day of the event. Yeah, pretty good sign up so far. But yeah, I'm excited. I wonder how many people are just going to show up at the very last minute, because usually that's the case. But we don't like that because we like to have a good run show. But you know, whatever, we'll figure it out. It's going to be good. So, we got a new radiator, all new fans in there, all new cooling system. It's from the last fire. Lacey doing burnouts out here. But now she should say super cool. Maybe. I don't know, I did it all myself. I don't know what the hell I'm doing, but it hasn't run hot yet, so should be fine.
What's going on, guys? I got a 1995 Chevy OPS. You guys remember from last year, we ran the 540 big block. Well, we swapped it up this year to a Texas Speed 427. 871 blower, 16 injectors. We're only running the top 8. Finally got power steering, love it. So today we're doing a little test and see how good we can send it. And actually we're going to be traveling with Burnout Wars this year, so we're super excited for the new setup, and we'll see how it goes.
Burnout Wars out here, streetcar takeover Atlanta, and I just made a new best friend. This is my new best friend, Ethan, because he probably brought, I say probably lightly, you did bring out the best burnout car that I've ever seen. I'm gonna be honest, walking around this car, dude, there's new things that pop out, right? As we make it to the driver's side, I noticed Schlangen Farm. Mm-hmm. What is a Schlangen Farm?
So that is Snake Farm in German. Since it's a German car, that's the name of the car, is Snake Farm. That come about when we started working on it and just been sitting in the bushes for a couple of years, and it just had snakes like living in it. Most of them were just black snakes, but so periodically, even after we set the engine in, we'd still find snakes, like black snakes in the trunk. So that's what we named it, was Snake Farm.
The snake wrangler, man. You're the only one that can wrangle. You're like the modern day Steve Irwin, dude. Just managing and wrangling this snake up here, dude. So you can't help but to notice OE leather seats, but there's something special about these that you were talking about earlier. Can you just tell us again what this is?
The cushioning in them, like the foam in them, uses horsehair as part of the padding. So they're extra soft as compared to most other car seats.
So you know when you're doing a good burnout when you start smelling burnt hair in this thing.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
It's like, I don't smell the hair yet, man.
Yeah,
we ain't doing it.
Yep. You know, it's still got the tires on it. You know, that's how you know. You don't really feel them blow out. You just start smelling the horsehair. The horsehair, yeah.
Hell yeah. See, I know. It's little things. It's like each burnout's different. And this thing, you know, once you start smelling the hair come out, that means keep going for another few more minutes, doesn't it?
Yeah, I always say that I don't drive the car. I just let it drive, and then that's how you know when it's done.
Yeah. You guys have like this, like some sort of telekinesis communication going on.
Exactly.
Extraterrestrial. Yeah. My man Ethan, dude, he's wearing those glasses to block out all the haters. You can't help this dude, man. Ethan, I want to go for a ride, but I'm afraid it just wouldn't end, dude.
I told him when we put those tires on a few minutes ago that we're probably just gonna trash the wheels this time. So
Captain always goes down with the ship,
we'll
dude.
Probably do like a 5-minute burnout.
If I start smelling burnt hair, brother, I'm not giving you this. I'm giving you this one. We're not done yet. No, I love it. If I could, I'd ride shotgun in it, but I'm afraid that my wife would probably get mad because I'd probably go home with you instead. I have to ask, dude, what is going on in this engine bay? Because I see 4 different types of makes and models of cars in here, but what's going on?
Okay, so the long block was just like a GM reman. It's a 4.8, just an iron block out of a truck. It's got AFR heads on it now.
Okay.
It has a Texas Speed, I think it's a BFD cam. The biggest one we could put in without piston valve clearance issues. And then it's got a Holley high ram base, adapter kit for a M122 supercharger out of like a GT500 Mustang. It's running on E85.
What heads do you have on it? You mentioned you had...
It's AFR, the cheapest ones they make.
Those are usually the best ones they make.
Yeah, I don't remember. I don't remember which model they are.
No, but it has springs and it has valves.
Yes, it has a trunnion upgrade. It's got like 60-pound springs.
What bottom end do you have on it? Is it a stock bottom?
Stock GM bottom end. It was reman, and we didn't even gap the rings to put the supercharger on. The supercharger with the wastegate open, because it has an internal wastegate. With the wastegate open, making about 16 pounds of boost.
When you originally built it, did you want to have a supercharger, or were you like, I didn't have enough, let's just throw the blower on it later? Or was this the original plan that you had with it?
So originally when we built it, we were like, we're gonna put some kind of forced induction on it. We didn't know if it was gonna be a turbo, a supercharger, or what, but we were rushing trying to get to LS Fest. And so we had a month, we threw it together in a month, went to LS Fest, and then we come across a supercharger. This supercharger was sitting in a garage, and we were like, we'll just use that. And it had been on, the guy upgraded, and he had already had it ported and stuff. So it had like a 2.5-inch pulley on it, which was way too much pulley. It's gonna make like 25 pounds of boost on this. So we had a pulley custom made. It has to have different offset for it to work with the stock snout and stuff. So
I think our boy Ethan's gonna have a lot of new fans out here. We got things from Ford, from Chevy, from Mercedes, out of boats. We can go fishing, floating, shooting, driving in this thing all in one day.
Yeah, this is definitely a function over form kind of build.
So Ethan, let me put you in a scenario, all right?
Okay.
You go to AutoZone. Mm-hmm. What do you tell them? What make and model do you have?
Basically, if I can remember what the part came from, that's what I tell them. So, like, obviously for the belts, originally we put a tape measure on it, and it had to measure it with a piece of string and had to get like 10 different belts and narrow it down. This, when we put the supercharger on there, wrapped a piece of string around it, took a measurement, just happened to be the perfect belt the first time. I don't know how it worked out. Usually you have to get like 10 or 20 different belts and just try.
Depending on the part. Is it automatic or manual?
Yeah, exactly. You just tell them like, no, you just make it up as you go. Like,
what was the original intentions for this build? Like, when you built this, did you just want this to be a fun car? Did you want it to be a burnout car? Did you want it to be a race car? Like, what was that original build that you wanted it to be?
We built it for a burnout car. I drive this around town sometimes. Like, we just take it down the downtown strip and just ride around. And so how to build it four doors so that like all the boys can go get dinner or something.
Oh yeah. The Merc brings all the boys to the yard. What's the response when people see it for the first time?
Usually people are like ecstatic about it. They're like, oh my gosh, I've never seen this before. You know, there's a lot of people that actually like these cars. Like initially, I when I first built it and it was naturally aspirated, I posted it on a W126. That's the body of Mercedes 126 group on Facebook. And like a couple people were like, oh my gosh, that's sick. And then the rest of them are like purists, and they were like, you ruined that car.
Oh, you're the purist worst nightmare, dude. This is the epitome of a purist worst nightmare is what he's done to this thing. This is top tier, high class, high dollar machinery right here, brother. I'm telling you, you got some new fans out here seeing these things. Name a better duo. This is the Richard Petty and Dale Earnhardt of Burnouts right here. It doesn't get more American than this.
This good old American Hemi's about to sing for us. Might not be an LS, but it'll do. You'll like it, watch it. Sounds like a jet sneezing. It's crazy. It's so much fun. The drive was very long, but it wasn't that bad. It was something light. We do a lot more driving than here. I think we only went like 12 hours. Usually we do like 20-hour drives. This was nice. It was like a little break, honestly.
Pre-meeting before our meeting here to understand whose role is what and what people need to do because it's pretty important for safety and for the show, because you know what, you can't have a shitty show. You don't want it running like a raffle. You don't want it all like slow or dead space or just like nobody knows where to go. It's the biggest problem with these things. You always see burnout pits and it's just chaos and clutter. You don't want that. You want people to be entertained.
So to be here, I need to print out my visa every day.
So far?
So my celebration will come out. I'll be really hard. So I need to get this going.
Zach, do you know how to work this spaceship? Because this is like harder to work on than a methanol car, I swear to God.
What? Ain't got no gas, boss. Dude, if you don't have ink, it's not gonna print nothing.
Yeah, God, how about this? Where's the power at? You're not even plugged in to get this thing fired off anyway.
Hey, we're in the United States of America. Doesn't everything just run off the sun?
I want to make sure that it's not just like heavy hitter, and then like four guys and like they're unsure.
Right.
So like if we wind up doing that and somebody wants to kind of switch up order, if it's better for the show run, right? Like, you just don't want all the killers packed into one another. A lot of these guys, especially like if you come out to the ones where there's like bigger gas prizes more on the line, you know, you'll have more people wanting to be in like the last position, you know, because obviously it's like that's the but that really doesn't matter because if we have professional scoring, we have Mango here. We have an in-house Australian. Mango!
Hi!
Yeah, you're doing scoring, right? Yes. Anyway. So Mango is going to be running, and he actually has like a whole like digital thing where he can, as he like enters the scores, it'll tally everything up. So like it doesn't matter. The only thing it matters for is like what it looks like for the audience, right?
Understood, yeah, 100%. We have pit commander, which is going to be Lalo.
So he's hot pit captain. Pit boss is Lalo. Zach is overarching warlord. Overreaching, just overstepping, habitual line stepper.
Warlord.
Yeah, just here's the thing. We want to make sure that Zach is not, because he'll go and just help people nonstop, you know?
Gotcha.
He'll be running around like a chicken with his head cut off.
Yep.
We just want to take a lot of load off him so he can like make sure that if he sees something that he can get to it, but not like sitting there wrenching on people's cars and all that shit, you know?
Right.
By the way, give me this real quick. Miss Lacey. Hi.
Hi.
Hey. You want to come out? You should jump on the mic with us at least. Do you know what your running order is?
No.
Okay, so
That's Zach when I should be driving.
Yeah.
I'd like you in the middle of the show, right, as like kind of a break. But when we kick off the show, I want you on the mic with us a little bit. You cool?
Okay.
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 Somebody will film. I'll film.
So, a startup, right? We're working with limited resources. One day we're going to be there. We're going to have 10 camera guys, all this stuff. But right now we're working with what we got. So, we got a whole camera we just do.
Yeah.
You guys are on ground zero right now. Ground zero right now.
Yeah. This is how it goes. No big deal. By the way, if you've seen any of the stuff we put out, CJ,
Yes.
all of this super sick buttery drone shots. There's this madman right here, the brightest of the crew.
Yeah,
Boom, brother, you gotta just come on in like that. Look, we're gonna pack some pounds on this boy, okay? He was working out last night at like midnight, man, in secret. We caught him out in the back balcony there, getting push-ups, getting after it. We just gotta feed him some more, you know? We're gonna get him up to stuff. We gotta get you full 1987 WWF, WWE, no, WCW era. Because you know what? You got the look. That proves it. Yeah, you can perform like this, man. You're from Florida, man. You know, bring in that Macho Man Randy Savage. You ready?
Yeah. Are you ready?
I'm always ready, baby. Let's go!
But now it's time to knock the cobwebs off and try to find our groove again. So one thing that we want to do different this year than last year is have a little bit more structure as far as like obligations on what everybody's doing, kind of delegate more specific tasks. So you're not running around thinking you have to do 10 million different things. If it's not in your wheelhouse, you send it to the guy that is, right? So you're not bombarded with the 10 million things, Lacey, Zach, Lalo, everybody here. The way we're going to kind of structure this is obviously Zach and I, emceeing, hosting, we're going to kind of be dictating the pace of the show. And with our jobs and our responsibility, we're going to be working just directly with you. Lalo, you're going to be in charge of the pacing of when parts come out and when we send them back. So you're going to be working with Casey, right? So all your job is to keep an eye on Zach and myself. But the other thing that you're going to be doing is you're going to be kind of in charge of like, when do the fire crews go out? Or when does fire extinguishers need to be deployed? And we'll talk to you about how you can help with that. So dictating, running the show, we'll be working with you, working with Casey. Casey is going to be the guy that's going to be alleviating the driver line. Mango over here you will be working with Mango as far as chalking up the cars on how the pill draw goes. So communicating with the drivers, getting them lined up, making sure drivers are in their car, yell at them, kick them, push them around, because if they're not lined, it affects the whole show, it slows everything down.
Mango, where are you going to be positioned?
Everywhere. I could be everywhere.
Well, I mean, you obviously need to have line of sight on cars, like, so you can judge and all that good stuff.
Yeah.
But, like, you think you're going to be kind of like right here in my corner area?
I'll move around everywhere.
So we'll bring you on the mic every now and then. So as long as you kind of know where you're at, we can call you up, bring you up, we can talk about that. So judging, marking cards, pill draw. Now Zach's role, we actually give him the official delegator. So that's your job. If you're the professional delegator, something needs to change, find out whose wheelhouse that is and say, hey, can you keep an eye on that? I don't care if it's fucking people popping fences, tell Casey, yo, kick those motherfuckers out, whatever. So you just delegator. You're the man of the show, you run the show, that's your deal. Lacey, on the camera, MC, shredding tires, putting on the chip.
Whoa, no chip.
Whoa. Pull it on, just pull it off the chip just announced. But yeah, media, doing your thing, go out there, shred when people's hearts over.
Yeah, just make sure people look good. That's
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a hard job, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Joey, pit controller, fire extinguisher expert, in charge of like, you know, maybe training or teaching people about it, not just blow it on the intake of the car. Like really trying to get that so it's like used to a minimum, but does the job. And then, yeah, it's kind of the facility of the track, right? If you see shit flying out there, communicate with one of us, we can hold the show, give you guys your free time to clean up, get it out of there. So, and there may be a time where we jump from having to do something else, try to keep that to a minimum. Make sure it's to the person who's running the job to take care of that. That's how we make this thing bigger.
Yep. So if we was all on, we're going to have 4 fire extinguishers, right? And then where will those be at?
We're gonna put Joey's gonna have one. Joey, I think you need to be on this side because the smoke's blowing this way, so you'll be able to see fires faster from this side. I'll have one over here, and so 3, and then we'll have a spare one just over somewhere close where you guys are.
If you put it next to a light pole, then you know where it is.
That Corey and I will be over. I mean, we need to,
There's a fire. Yeah, but I'll put one right there. Joey will have one, Lalo will have one, and I'll have one station.
just make sure you pay attention to Lalo, pay attention to Casey, stay by the car. If you're on fire, stop, you know, and then put on a good show. Everybody down? All right, everybody put them in here. I appreciate you guys coming out to Burnout. It's the first show of the season. We don't have to know confidence off, all right? Yep. So, violence on 3. 1, 2, 3, fire! knocked the cobwebs off here in Atlanta, and I have to say, great show. There's a few hiccups. Sound system was too big, so it kept blowing fuses on the generator, but that's okay. And then the show was like, hey, maybe we should just push this a little later because, you know, so many people are coming in. But you know what? Regardless, we had a good time. People came and put it down. Nobody got hurt. Saw an F-250 basically wall tap almost every barrier here. And then Mr. Mike Masajak, his first run in this car, putting it down, man. And oddly enough, this weird 4.8 LS blown V8 Benz heap of shit fucking came on party too. So you know what? It was a good time. So now we get to kind of slightly decompress. I think we're gonna go watch some racing and then kind of like rally the troops, figure out how we can tune this in a little bit better. We head straight to Orlando.
Zach and Brett are about to do power skids at Atlanta Motor Speedway. I'm nervous.
Sketchier than that. You're out here on a drag strip, 1,000 horsepower, burnout trucks.
Bro.
For brakes, 60 feet.
You're American, we'll let go.
What is it on ours? Oh, you get brakes for starting, don't you?
I'm glad everybody's safe. That was pretty badass. I got lost in smoke. I couldn't really see anything, but it was all good. That's a good way to end the night.
That's the best way to start any race ever.
Yes.